Good evening and welcome to the Immersive Experience, a podcast about you, for you, from you. I'm your guide, Desi Lu. And before we dive into tonight's topic, I would like to open up with a message. Because the holiday season is approaching, and for many of us, the darkness is real. So depression is real. The feeling of being at rock bottom, of feeling like you've hit the 0 hour, it's a terrifying place. And I've known a lot of people who did not make it back from that place. And I know many of you are fighting that battle right now. So if you're listening to this, please hear me. May you choose life today. May you choose the path of the relentless fight, the hustle of leveling up, and the messy, difficult work of believing in your own comeback. And that is why we are here tonight. This episode is entitled The 0 Hour, Hitting Rock Bottom and Building an Empire. So tonight, we are not just talking about surviving the fall, we are creating the blueprint for the build. We are going to expose the myths of failure and reveal the absolute truths required to take full ownership of your life and build a fortress from the rubble. And I'm honored to be joined by a phenomenal panel. Unfortunately, Mr. Accountability, I think he stated he might be late. He does have a championship game that he is currently playing. And then I have the master strategist, Chris Barnes. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. He is not that person. But I have the master strategist, Barnes. I don't know why I want to keep calling that man Brown. That's so terrible. So, and then also, Layy Knight is supposed to be joining us as well. We will let them trickle in how they trickle in. So let's dive into the 0 hour. I do have Chris here, so we're going to get him up on stage. Good evening, Chris. I see you in the studio reporting live. Okay, you
Man,
feel me?
I gotta get this ready. I gotta get this ready because you didn't already put it out there that I'm finna give Chris Brown something. So I gotta get ready.
I was like, I don't know why I keep trying to call this man Chris Brown. I'm not even sure. I'm
Yeah, I
not
gotta
sure
get
what
ready.
that's about. Well, I will definitely allow you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Give us your ones and twos where we can find you at and everything like that. And also what you got going on. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take me off and I'm gonna allow you to have this time to go ahead and tell us all about you.
Okay. Well, first of all, hold on. Let me do this. Let me. How do I make this bigger? Um. Okay. Boom. All right. So anyway, first of all, Desi, I appreciate you for allowing me to be in your space and on your platform. This is like my fifth time being on here. So I definitely appreciate you. All of the shares and all of the love that you show is definitely noticed. You feel me? So I just wanted to give you up. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Excuse me. I got the little one with me. I got the little one with me. All right, come on. All right. So anyway, what you see the lights? You like the lights? Hold on. You can't get. Listen, baby. You can't take my glasses. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. So anyway. Yeah, I'm just excited to be here, man. You know, I'm actually inside of my garage that I turned into my studio, um, where I do my clothes. Matter of fact, I didn't even say it, but I am the owner of the Akade collection. And the Akade collection is it's a movement. It's not even a clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? It's something deeper than a clothing brand, cause you know, it's about legacy for me. You know what I'm saying? It's about what did I do while I was here, um, that my offspring, my children can build upon. You know what I'm saying? Um, in Yoruba tradition, a kade is it speaks to being wise and being learned and elevated. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to being disciplined. Um, so being accountable and um standing on who you are, that's just a part of what we do. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to remind ourselves of that. You know, we just want to remind ourselves that it's okay to be you authentically. You know what I'm saying? And don't care about, you know, Baby, you done punched me in the eye. Huh? You punched me in the eye, yo. You don't care? Okay. But yeah, we definitely want to um just be our authentic selves, you know. In this day and age of the social media, you know, people are afraid to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to stand out because the crowd, you don't want to be canceled because the crowd don't agree with what you think or how you think or what you said. Man, I don't give a damn about none of that. You know what I'm saying? You see this little person right here? It's the only person that I gotta prove something to. You know what I'm saying? It's the only person that I care about whose opinion. You know, what's up, boo? Hey, what's up? And this is one of my twins. I actually have a boy twin. This is my girl twin. This is Christian Nadea. Um, where you going? They do not stop moving. They do not stop. Booty, where you going? Boo boo, boo boo. Where you going? Where you going?
Aw, I
Yeah.
love it so much. I love it.
Okay.
I want to say that it is speaks to a lot about just what we're talking about tonight. I'm sure you had to endure a lot of things to get where you are today. Not
Absolutely.
that and I say I'm sure in a very knowing matter of factly type of way. You feel me? So hi, how are you? Welcome to the immersive experience. It's so good to have you on.
Shh.
I say you
Now
were
you
the
want to be
youngest, but
quiet.
we met. I think we met you guys when you were a little younger. We had your brother on, he was here first. So yeah, he did. He took the spotlight first. I know. So crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know why that happened like that. I don't know where you were because I asked for you.
See?
You not trying to hear that? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Or
But I think everything that you just spoke to kind of speaks to everything that we're about to talk about because the darkness is real, and that's what I was stating earlier. I had a friend who just recently took their own life. You know, so when I say things that we all go through a rock bottom, and some of us do not make it back. You understand what I'm saying? And that's simply because of where we are mentally, what resources we think that we have in our corner. So even if you think that you're in a place of where you don't have any resources, it's all about being able to build yourself back up, understanding that worth is not just something that exists outside of you, but it's something that you also have to cultivate within you. And I think that
Mhm.
goes to the authenticity you were speaking about. And being authentic is not easy. You understand what
It's
I'm
not.
saying?
It's
It
not.
is one of the hardest things that you will ever do a day in your life. And dealing with reality is something that is difficult as well. So it's easy to dwell in a bunch of delusions. So Chris, what I would like to ask you is um what does true accountability look like in a moment of where we are at rock bottom? How did you have to speak to yourself? Oh, what?
Um,
Oh,
you saying what does true accountability looks like?
yeah, what does true accountability look like for you? And how did you have to speak to yourself in that moment?
Well, true account. Hold on. True accountability for me looks like it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
don't got nothing to do with no outside entities or no people that can blackball you or people that can, you know what I'm saying, cancel you. It's about you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If I can get up in the morning, lay down at night, that I can still be comfortable with who I am, that I'm fine with that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I haven't betrayed myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I've stood tall and been um tall to me. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about what somebody else think? I'm talking about I've been tall to me. So that's pretty much what accountability to me look like. And for
I
me,
agree.
I had to uh because I suffer from self-esteem issues. I suffer from depression, and I suffer from things that made me not feel good about myself, or make me not feel like I'm not that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
when I had to sit back and think about it, and I was able to look at where I came from to where I am,
Mhm.
I had to really smack myself around. Boy, you are that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You are him. You know what I'm saying? And it's not in a derogatory term, or it's not saying that somebody else is not who they is, but I've come to grips with who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned to embrace that. You feel me?
I definitely
Yeah.
feel that. But I think I could say to speak to that, like that's something that I had to go through as well. Like I tell a lot of people, and a lot of people, these days when I tell them what I tell them, they always, I don't know. I guess I don't like telling people about how I suffer with my self-esteem issues or my body issues or whatever the case may be, because then people they always get this idea that you hate yourself, you don't love yourself. But I'm just telling you what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Right.
mentality that I had to
Right.
overcome. It ain't me saying like essentially like right now I feel exactly like this. So please
Right.
take
I,
me
I,
take
I
me
and I
in.
think that a lot of people suffer from it. We just don't have the strength enough to say it publicly. You know what I'm saying? Because when you looking at social media all day and you see nothing but people winning and they never showing their L's. Because we
Mhm.
taking L's and people doing them shits behind closed doors, and people don't have to show their L's. But if you're constantly scrolling from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook to Snapchat, and all you see is people winning, you're gonna feel down about yourself about something. I don't care who it is. You're gonna feel like dang, I need to be doing better. You know what I'm saying? And then I need to be doing better. Gonna go into depression because you're not doing better. You know what I'm saying? So nah.
People don't ever think like I don't know. For me, I guess I never had the opportunity. Don't get me wrong. Like, okay, I'll talk about this last time that I had a performance. And like this performance, it was a lot of people there. You understand what I'm saying? And I got up there and I forgot my poem. Like I did not remember that poem at all. Like I'm like, oh
Word.
my gosh, what the F? And then I started reading another poem that I know very, very well. And these poems I know really well because I have rehearsed them. Like, and these the ones that I know like the back of my hand. And it ain't much to the back of my hand. So you feel me? Like
Right.
I'm telling you, like I get up there, I freeze, and like I'm disappointed in myself, of course. But it's never a thing of where I'm like discouraged or anything like that. I'm not that type of person that just give up on myself easily. And see the things that have taught me that are like, let's say, for all the times that I went back to a friendship, a relationship, for all the times that I had to, how I could give all of these other people all of these chances, but I refused to give myself the same chance to allow myself to get better, to allow myself to turn into something different, to be patient with myself, but to not to be patient with myself. Like a lot of people, we always talk about how you got to give yourself grace. Oh, you got to give yourself grace. But truth is we've been giving ourselves a lot of grace. The same amount of grace that you give yourself,
Mm-hmm.
grace is supposed to be applied through the challenge, not through your unwillingness. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
oh, you ain't did it yet. Oh, just give yourself grace. No, it's been five
No.
years. Like, when grace enough? Like, stop giving yourself grace, bro. Get to
Hey,
it.
it's
Like,
funny that you said that, right? Because people do be like, yo, you gotta give yourself grace, but you never applied yourself.
you know.
That is the grace. You've been in grace. What do you mean?
Exactly. Now apply.
Now
Give
apply.
yourself
You know
grace
what I'm
when it's
saying?
harder. Give yourself grace when you meet another challenge that you ain't never met before. That's what you give
Right.
yourself grace for. You don't give yourself grace for your unwillingness to complete the task. No,
See,
that's
see, that's once again that goes back to that we hearing this on social media. So if you constantly sitting around and you're never doing anything different, and you
mhm,
constantly seeing people say, "It's okay, give yourself grace. It's okay. You got time. You'll never get it done
you're
because
not
you're
gonna
gonna
get it
go back
done.
in the back of your mind and say, I'm gonna give myself some grace.
No, you're not.
The whole
Get to
time you've been in
it.
grace.
You
You
feel
know
me?
what I'm
Like it's
saying?
time for the hard work.
Yeah, it's
Give
time for the
yourself
hard work,
grace
the
when
work
it
that we
seems
don't like
like
to
that
do.
work ain't going nowhere. Give yourself grace when
Right,
it seems like you spinning your wheels. Ain't nobody tuning in. Cause let me tell you how many times I wanted to give up on my podcast because wasn't nobody views. Bitch, we in it for the wrong reason if we only thinking about views or we only thinking about
right,
what you started for, what you doing this for. So we hit a lot of I hit a lot of 0 hours simply because the expectation I had of what I was doing wasn't necessarily meeting the income that of what I thought I was putting out. You understand what I'm saying? So like
right,
I really have to I had to let people know, like, don't get me wrong, just because I'm disappointed don't mean I'm discouraged, don't mean I'm defeated. It's another learning lesson. It's another a hurdle. It's just one more thing for you to have to hop over. Everybody look at mistakes as like, oh, this is such a bad thing. I don't take it like that. Like this just another what I'm supposed to we either get wins or we get lessons. You feel me? Like, and even
right.
in the
There's no
win, you're gonna
losses.
get a lesson. Feel me? So like
Mhm.
that's really where I be at with things. But I have had a lot of dark moments. And the reason that is because it definitely be seeming like people definitely be against you. But I really have to put things into context because in a moment, let's say if I'm a single mama and well, I'll give it to you a real deal. I ain't pay my bill. Now I gotta call everybody, ask people for some money, and I ain't pay my bill. And everybody talking about, oh, we don't have no money, we don't got it, and now I'm feeling jaded because don't nobody got no money because I ain't handle my responsibility. You understand what I'm saying?
So, so
Like,
hold
but
on. So how can we make that make sense though?
but it's a
How can
real thing.
how
Like this,
but
this
how
is
can your
real.
irresponsibility be my responsibility?
Yeah, I think people and I really had to sit down
Stop
and look
there.
at myself. I really had to think about this too. I ain't gonna cap to you because it's like in the moment where you feel like you need people and when they need you, you always Johnny on the spot for them. So it basically like it was an entitlement that I had to get over. So it's not gonna make sense to a person who don't feel as entitled as I feel to something in a moment because I ain't do what I was supposed to do. But
Word.
yeah, it was really that. It was really like a sense of entitlement. So I hit a lot of like rock bottom simply because of that sense of entitlement. Understanding
Word.
that if you like a lot and I feel like this why I say a lot of people got this positive this toxic positivity. Like everybody just tell you to be, oh, you gotta be just be happy, just be
Say that
grateful, just
word
be this.
again.
I don't remember toxic
Toxic
positivity.
positivity. Ooh.
Yeah, toxic positivity. And so they just keep telling you to build up that positive momentum, but you're not really dealing with nothing. And so all you doing is kind of like putting a band-aid over something that needs stitches, essentially. You feel me? So I really believe in getting down to the bottom of something. Oh, why you feel like that? Oh, you feel like that because you ain't do what you was supposed to do. And that's really how I had to talk to myself. I really be having to walk myself through my entitlement, like, no, that's you, and you should have handled it how you should have handled it, but you didn't. So now this on you. You gotta hold that shit to your chest. And a lot of us be not honest with ourselves. I think a lot of us hit a lot of rock bottoms and feel depressed and get a lot of anxiety because we don't be honest in the moment. We're not aware of the choices that we made that led us up to this moment either. So you really you better verify, baby. That's it. Mm-hmm. Tell them. That's it. Out of the mouths of babes shall flow the truth. I don't know if y'all caught it, but I got it. It was a good word. So like what if you really want to build an empire, I think this go back into what Chris said it was talking about. It start with you being transparent with yourself. Cause you can't be shit else with yourself but transparent. Let's be real about it. Like you done lived your whole life. Everything that's done happened to you done only happened to you. So who we lying to? Who we really not telling the truth to? So if you could take a moment to just be real with yourself, to really understand and stop blaming everybody else for the choices you chose, for the things that you were blind to in a moment, then you really won't have the ability to feel all of these things. But I will tell you that reality is heavy. And that's why I feel like a lot of people have depression, because they understand exactly what reality is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
hello, how are you, Alex? How you feeling? How you feel? Thanks for tuning in. But and I really do feel like that's why we see a lot of people who are depressed, because they do operate in the reality of things. A lot of other people, and I would say this, like a lot of us are mad about how people choose to go about I ain't saying a lot of us, because I really ain't worried about it. But a lot of people are mad about how people choose to go about their sexuality or their identity or whatever the case may be. But I really do believe that there's a lot of struggle in becoming those people. I have met a lot of people in the LGBTQIA plus community, because let's make sure we get all them letters up in there, that have
Mhm.
that have had to go through a lot of hardships to be who they are. You want to find some really authentic people. You want to find some people who have uh been through a lot of different things. You'll find them everywhere. They just don't exist in that community. But I really do believe that the people who have to walk within the normal confines of what people tell us our sexuality is about, is that you don't meet too many genuine people in these situations. And the reason is because we've all been hurt in a way that allows us to close ourselves off and not share our genuine selves with everybody. So the people that you do find to be authentic, they're often attacked because of their authenticity. So a lot of them do shut down in turn. So and
Mhm.
that's why that quote, my favorite quote, because that is our deepest fear. Like, our deepest fear is not that we are it's not that we're inadequate, it's that we are powerful beyond measure, and we know that shit. And if you decide to finally stand up and do the shit that you know you need to do, instead of being all scared and timid and self-sabotaging all the time, then
Mhm.
you won't hit rock bottom as many times as you've hit rock bottom. You say you're trying to build an empire, but you keep throwing away your resources. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Cause I really feel like you ever been in a situation where somebody is always asking you for something, and you know you need it for something that's important to you. So but then you give it to them anyways. That you
Now,
set yourself back.
so I used to be that person. I stopped
Mm.
being that person. You know what I'm saying? I stopped being that person because I had to think about, and it's not a tit for tat. I'm not a tit for tat person, but I am a um reciprocal person. You feel me? if if
Hmm.
if I know I can't get it from you, if you ain't never got no money, why am I let you come and get some money from me? If I know you won't never have no money, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? If I ever fall off, I know I can't never get nothing from you. So why would I continue to let you keep using me? I don't got a problem with you using me, but I need to be able to use you too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
It
I
should
so
be
I just I
beneficial.
stopped being that I stopped being that person for real, for real. I stopped being that person. Like hell nah.
You gotta
Yeah.
be have people in your corner that'll also uh be able to replenish your resources just as much as you're able to give them resources as well. People don't think about the community that they keep around them. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's this clip that this man was talking about, and he brought up ladies at first, and he started jumping on the ladies, telling them to catch him, and the ladies could not catch him. And so he brought up a group of men, and he said, I know they got me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know. And there's a security in having a strong we, and having a strong community, and having a strong backing. So this is the reason why I support people the way that I support people, because you never know. And hear me when I say that I
Mm-hmm.
completely understand when my ass be on the ground and I be feeling like ain't nobody fucking with me. Like, it be surprising to people, because the smallest things be what give me the courage to just keep. It could be one comment on there, and I'll be like, oh yeah, yeah. I got it. Like, and even if don't nobody comment, I'll go back and I'll watch my own shit, and I'll be looking at
Word.
me like, hey, yeah, you did that shit. Hey, you feel me? Like, I'm looking at clips. You gotta encourage yourself just as much as you find yourself needing that outside encouragement. So
Facts.
like, the same things that you give to everybody else, the same resources that you give to everybody else, This why people always used to tell us that we gotta sweep around our own front door first. Y'all be
Mm-hmm.
scared to take care of yourselves first. Y'all be scared to clean up your own shit first. But I'm gonna tell you something. The more you work on cleaning up your own shit, the more you're able to help other people, the more you're able to see other people clearly. And now you won't be so offended by how other people see you because you know it's something that they're dealing with and it's not something that you're dealing with. Those when people What's up, Chris? Tell me.
I was gonna ask you, do you think people can see their own shit though?
Not immediately. I don't think so. I don't think that that's always the case because it's, you know, how when you standing in something, you could be seeing roses, you could be seeing all of these things. It's not until you decide to become the observer of your own mess that you're able to see the shit that you actually standing in.
Right, right, right. I asked that because um, what's up, Booty? What? Yeah. I asked that because um, you would think that people would be more um engulfed in shadow or doing the work because you're like, damn, I know if I see this shit, I know this, I know you got to see that you a piece of shit. If I see it, I know you got to see it. You know what I'm saying? How you don't see that you a piece of shit? I see it, and I know watching me, so I know it don't translate like that. Some people really
But
don't
that'll
know.
be this give me this. That's you standing in your own bliss and looking from the inside out. So if you was to put yourself in somebody else's shoes or remember a mentality that you had initially walked with, the ideal of change is always something that is inconsistent because bliss ignorance is also bliss. It because there's no responsibility, there's no accountability. the
Hmm.
moment that you the moment that you become aware, you also have a responsibility. And this is why depression is such a thing, is what it is. Because the moment we become aware of the things that we want or the things that we need, and then we don't have the resources to get them, now we are comparing ourselves to other people. Now we are thinking of all the things that we should have did. Now we're thinking about the things that we could do. This is why anxiety is such a heavy part in the way that we play out today, because we always anxious about something. Because what every American knows is that every month you're gonna have a fucking bill.
Every
You
month.
gotta pay something. You gotta do something else. You gotta
Jeez.
every single time. And so now we already burdened with next month. We already burdened with tomorrow. You got doctor's appointments. You got all these things that people tell you ahead of time, and you're worrying about them ahead of time. So we'll never give ourselves a chance to really relax. So if we do decide that, oh, I'm gonna change myself, changing yourself takes time for you to invest in yourself. And if we're already lying to ourselves about the things we don't already have time to invest in, then we're never gonna be able to invest in. He'll be back, you guys. So the ideal is to keep yourself as occupied as you can. And what we decide to do is we'll go off and we'll take care of everybody else instead of taking care of the things that we need to take care of, because we are afraid of becoming the people that we know we would like to become. And the reason we're afraid is because it's territory that we have never walked in before. So I really do believe that we have to make time for ourselves. Good evening to everybody that's coming in. I appreciate the love. Y'all definitely pouring in. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feel? Thanks for joining the conversation. I don't know. Chris just happened to head off, so I'm sure he'll be back. What's up, Maya? How you feeling? Thanks. So it's just a lot of things that we have to learn to accept as people, the things that we have to learn to be honest with ourselves about how we view the obstacles that we come up against. It's really our mentality. I always say to myself, like, what's your end goal? You feel me? Like, where you really trying to get to? So when we start looking at the things that we've been fighting against or the things that we've been warring against, the ideal is that The ideal is that we don't get stuck within the ramifications of what we deemed would be necessary for us to grow, for us to do better, for us to want to be something different. So we get discouraged because I start working out and in 2 weeks I ain't lost no weight. You feel me? So that's kind of how it worked. You had an expectation, but it took you a while to put all of this stuff on you. So why not give yourself enough time to get all of it off of you? You know what I'm saying? Don't be so hard on yourself. So Alex says trauma and mental health, not getting the proper help can cause depression and anxiety, which is affecting the mental process. I can definitely agree with that as well. I definitely do believe that when you don't have access to the proper things, then you will keep oh no, you will keep going through the exact same process again. So you do have to make sure you have places where you have proper outlets, people who you could talk to. You have to find things that'll work for you to help walk you through your depression. And we can't always, and sometimes those resources aren't readily available. You could always use your computer, your internet, AI, because they got all the answers sometimes. And they should be able to help you get in touch. And you could tell them your exact situation, you feel me? Um, call 211. And some of these people, some therapists will give you free sessions. They'll give you like a few free sessions, let you test them
Growth
out and
therapy,
everything like that. Go
growth
ahead.
therapy, growth therapy,
Growth therapy.
growththerapy.com.
So
Okay.
you have some resources that you could possibly utilize to, don't just think that you only have one way out. If we don't check the places that could essentially help us, then we don't get anywhere. So don't just stop at one place. And yeah, what Rio said is that you have to be it's consistency. So you do have to walk with a consistency. You can't just give up because you didn't get the results that you wanted at the time that you wanted them. Like you worked a lot to get to where you are right now. So you gotta work a lot to get back down to where you want to be. If you really seeing what it is that if you really seeing the work you gotta put in, then you gotta be consistent. And it's
Hold
hard.
on, let me
It's
take her upstairs.
hard. I bet. It's hard sometimes, you feel me? But you gotta really continue to put the work in. My little Dora the Explorer Bob, you feel me? No. Thank you. Thank you. So I I don't know. I don't know how you guys process is what I will say that I don't know. But for any way that you process, may you continue to understand that it is all into developing who you are. It all goes into the things and the people that you would like to see around you, the person you would like to become. So that is why it's really important for you to be consistent with yourself. That is something that is not only consistent but to also have discipline and to practice discipline consistently, because I do believe that's where a lot of us falter. It is that discipline, the understanding that, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this right now, but yet we still run off and do it. And then when we are stuck in a rut and we do find ourselves on rock bottom, now we sitting here and we talking about what we shouldn't have did, how we shouldn't have spent that money that way. Maybe I shouldn't have got into this relationship. How we feel foolish for bending over backwards for people who were showing us in the moment that they would never bend over backwards for us. A lot of my rock bottoms were self-inflicted, and the ideal is that we are not aware because we are too entitled because of the things that we have been handed by other people our entire lives. You understand what I'm saying? This is you have to you have to want your change just as badly as you wanted that relationship, just as badly as you wanted to keep that job, just as badly as you wanted that person to get better, do well, all of the well wishes that you have for everybody else, all of the consistency that you have for everybody else, if you never apply it to yourself, it means nothing. It's not wisdom, it's unapplied knowledge. Why you giving it to everybody else but not giving it to yourself? What I love to tell people is that they'll give me some wisdom that they ain't taking. I'll be like, now you the homeless friend giving rich advice. Don't be that person. Cause like if you could tell me all you need to do is take 2 steps to the left, do and you'll be rich, bitch. Why you ain't did it? And that's all it takes. Well, what we working at? And y'all think that it's easy to just preach to people about how they could change their lives or how they could level up or how they could become something different. And we sitting in the same shit that they sitting in and living the same way that they living with the same mentality that they living in, but oh, you take my advice, let me see if you make it out. And if they make it out, then here's the biggest thing, because I've seen this so many times. You'll give somebody the advice and then they'll level up from the advice that you gave them because they took it. And y'all will be jealous of them for taking the advice that you gave. You got the same knowledge. You could have did the same shit. When I tell you we meet a lot of our demises because we do not take the time to say, you know what? Let me start right now. Let me do it right now. Let me start leveling up right now. You gotta flip
Mm-hmm.
the switch on your mentality. Self-discipline is definitely a big role. Absolutely. I don't think you get no fucking well without no discipline. You feel me? Like, so,
Nah, we not. We not.
Chris, got anything to say? You can go ahead and talk. You know, I talk. You feel me?
Nah, I'm listening. I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? That's how you learn when you listen. I gotta listen. But
um,
you definitely talking on some points, cause um man, it's a journey, man. You know what I'm saying? And your journey is your journey. You feel me? And I just had to tell some young brothers that wanted to do the streetwear, like um he was this brother was like, man, you gotta watch this video on this with this guru. And I'm like, bro, it don't matter if you watch a million videos with gurus trying to sell you a product, bro. If you don't apply none of what you hear, it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's like me filling the glass of nothing up and giving it to you. It absolutely does nothing for you, bro. So, you you have to ask yourself in what areas. Like, so for me, right? I'm gonna say my peace. You got to really ask yourself, are you at peace? What does your peace mean? You know what I'm saying? If you're not at peace, now you got to figure out, damn, how do I get peace? And work towards that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you depressed right now, because I suffer from depression. I'm one of them people who not ashamed to say that I suffer from depression. You know what I'm saying? Um, you got to ask yourself, like, yo, what made me depressed? You know what I'm saying? And when you feeling depressed, shit, how do I get out of this? Cause we don't stay nowhere. We only visit it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we're not visiting by choice. We're visiting by circumstance. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get yourself out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them people that's gonna patty cake somebody and let you self-loathe and let you just wallow in your, oh man, the world is all against me. Fuck that shit, nigga. The world been against us. What you gonna do? Is you gonna cry? Is you gonna goddamn um cry? You're gonna be bitter, you're gonna be angry, you're gonna be complacent. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna do nothing, then just don't do that. But you won't be around me with that. You feel me? Hell no.
I
Yeah,
definitely
man.
feel that. Rio said you gotta be strong enough to say, I want that, but I don't need it. It's gonna help me in the long run. And I definitely agree with that. You definitely gotta you gotta prioritize shit. You feel me? Like what's gonna work for you? What's gonna get you to where you trying to get to? You feel me?
Word.
Alex said that shit hurts. You just hit home with the way you explain that. So thank you, Chris.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, I'm just a reflection of you. Shit, I went through the same shit you went through. I come from Kankakee. I was born and raised in Kankakee, in and out of Chicago, in and out of prison, in and out of jails. You know what I'm saying? Gang banging, shooting at people, getting shot at. You know what I'm saying? Put my life in risk. I had to really look at myself and say, damn, you are really putting yourself at risk. For what? What are you putting your life at risk for? You know what I'm saying? And that's what woke me up, bro. I was like, hold on. I put my life on the line, and I'm putting myself in danger and at risk for people I know ain't gonna send me a letter, for people I know ain't gonna have no money for my books. I'm putting my life on the line for dudes that I know gonna fuck my girl when I get locked up. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Let's rearrange this thing. Let's look at this thing a whole lot of. Let's look at this thing differently, bro. Cause nah, bro. And then once you started to put yourself first, bro. Like a lot of people get mad. A lot of people are gonna get mad at you. Let's be honest. If people have been using you and you finally put yourself first and you started to put boundaries up and you started to, say no, I'm not gonna make it. No, I don't want to go. When you start, no, I'm not doing that. When you start doing that, people gonna get upset at you. But you have to be disciplined enough and love yourself enough. I came home in a bow tie and a suit. You know what I'm saying? I had a stack of Final Call newspapers this big. You know what I'm saying? And I had people that I grew up with in Kankakee who laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? I had to endure. I went and stood at the damn liquor store on our busy street at the only liquor store that we had in the hood. I'm standing out there with the final call, like, man, let's change our lives, let's get it together. Motherfuckers laughed at me. Them same people be in my inbox asking me for free clothes now. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be strong enough to be alone, because this shit is lonely. It's gonna get lonely, and they ain't gonna, I'm not one of the people that gonna lie to you and say it's gonna be grand. All the people who think like you, we're gonna link up like Voltron, and we're gonna get. No, nigga. Some days it's gonna be lonely as hell. You ain't gonna talk to nobody. The only person you're gonna have to talk to is yourself, a pad and a pen. You know what I'm saying? Write your thoughts down, or come on the book and get to typing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be lonely. You know what I'm saying? People gonna hate you, people gonna lie on you, people gonna, you know what I'm saying, not want to fuck with you no more because you trying to change your life. Fuck them people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about you. You know what I'm saying? What you want out of life. I want all this shit that God told me I was gonna get. If you read any of them scriptures, God said this is what you gonna get if you obey and do this. I want all that shit. You hear me? The riches, the fucking, the people talking, man, you can't be I want all that shit. You hear me? But I'm not gonna be distasteful. I'm not gonna backstab you. I'm not gonna rob, steal, kill, cheat you. I'm not gonna scam you. I'm not doing none of that funny shit to get it. You feel me? So yeah.
Rio says it wasn't the risk for me. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of myself because I know my worth. But I definitely feel what you mean, my guy. Okay. I be feeling that though. I do think we gotta get fed up with ourselves as well too. You do gotta get to a point where you just kind of like where you stand on your worth. I say that it's one thing to know your worth, but it's a whole nother ball game to stand on it. You could think you know what you worth, but until you actually start standing on it,
I still
you
don't
don't know
know.
shit. You don't
I
know
still don't
shit.
know.
I'm trying to tell you,
I still don't
but
know my worth. I still
why you
don't
don't
know.
know your
I
worth?
know I'm cause look at this. Cause look, right? So um I'm multi-dimensional. So one aspect of me is an electrician. I can come in your house, I can wire a whole fucking house up. You know what I'm saying? Another side of me, I'm on some fashion shit. You know what I mean? I can create something out of this. On the other side, I'm something totally different. So that shit ain't just no ordinary shit. You know what I mean? I'm not, yes, I am bragging on myself, but uh that shit ain't just no ordinary feats coming from where I come from. If you know anything about Kankakee, where I come from, that I'm like a piece of gold right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, in the broad scheme of things, I'm still a little pebble. You feel me? But so that's why I be like, I know I'm valuable, but I don't really know my worth. There's two different things. Value and worth.
There are aspects to worth, and this is what you're touching on, that just because you are multidimensional, the ideal is that you should know what you are worth in each dimension. It's kind of like currency, you feel me? Like you could get $1 million here in America, you can go to Europe and that currency transfers into something different. You understand what I'm saying? Might seem as if it's a little less, might seem if it's a little more, but here's the thing that we all must understand, that your worth is not based off of the skill that you have. It's not based off of your talent. It's based off of your core self, who you are. Because no matter what talent you show up in, no matter what skill you show up in, one thing we always know you gonna bring is Chris. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, did I lose you?
Word.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say it froze. I don't know. It froze on me. But yeah,
Yep.
so your worth is based off of the things that
Oh.
people value most. Your
Yeah,
your
okay, I can
loyalty,
see that.
your
I can
integrity,
see that.
those things, that's always your worth, because you always gonna show up with all of those
Yep.
things all the time. So for like skill sets, things that could be measured by
Word.
material things, that worth do get kind of tricky because it correlates into different types of realms. But worth as in self-worth is what I more so necessarily mean.
Word.
And you
Okay.
know when you show
Okay.
up and you that electrician, oh yeah, you finna kill this shit, cause I fucking practiced this
I
shit.
got
I learned this shit. I done did this. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna always bring that type of confidence. It's
I
just who you are. You know what I'm
went
saying?
to
And that's where that worth come from. That's why worth never dwindles,
school for
because
this
I know
shit.
who I am.
You feel me?
You feel me? So it's that,
Got you.
and that's why,
Yeah.
hitting, like me hitting rock bottom, if I hit rock bottom today and I'm on my ass, gotta sleep in my car, on the street, in the woods, in a tent, you feel me? Like, it's never gonna make me feel like, oh, Desiree, you're just so shit at life. That's
Okay.
that's not how I'm gonna
Listen,
feel.
the last few times bro, that I was sleeping in my car. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no place to stay, but I had a great fucking career. I got a nice car. I got money in the bank, but I didn't have a place. You know what I'm saying? Mainly because I was traveling, but I didn't have a home base. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get no place until this year, January. But from 2022, when I decided to come to Maryland, from 2022 to 2025, nigga, I was homeless. Nobody knew. I didn't never come on the internet and cry. I wasn't fucking complaining about sleeping in my car in the wintertime, sleeping in my car in the summertime. It's hot as a bitch. I got my windows down. I'm in Richmond, where it's hood as a bitch, and think a nigga gonna break in my car. I didn't never complain. I wasn't fucking, you know what I'm saying, fucked up about it. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to goddamn tap into who, you know what I'm saying? Is are you gonna be strong enough to goddamn stand up, nigga, or fuck you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So when I hear something about somebody being homeless or that, and I be seeing people laughing at them, I'm be like, bro, any of us can go through that. You know what I'm saying? But especially with the way this market
Yeah.
is now, any of us can be homeless. You know what I'm saying? Any of us can be broke. Any of us. So, that just makes me feel like we need to carry each other a little bit better. Cause nigga, tomorrow you could be looking at the CEO. That nigga could be the homely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think this is something that I've been really interested in learning about, like a lot of psychology, and I've been studying quantum mechanics a lot lately, you feel me? And so what was something that I had learned is that and Einstein always pop into my head with the with the theory of relativity, of course. And I try to apply it to the mentality of us, you feel me? And so when I apply it that way, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We got late night in the building, you guys. I don't even. What's up? How you
Hey,
Like,
what's
how
up?
you
What's up?
feel?
I'm
Like,
good. I'm definitely good.
welcome. I'm a stop for a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are, where we can find you at.
Hi, everybody. I'm Layy Knight, original artist. I wear many different hats, but I'm recognized mostly as a poet, a dance instructor, an artist within painting, and of course, a mom of 8 kids. So yeah.
Hey, okay, joining us. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. I was looking forward to speaking with you. I don't know if you heard any of the conversation that we had prior to, but we just been talking about like accountability, depression, of course, anxiety, just all types of things. We don't went over a whole spectrum of things. I'll give you an opportunity to talk about the 0 hour if you had any dealings with falling to rock bottom and picking yourself back up.
Now I can definitely say that I have going from rock bottom up, rock bottom. Like I feel like I'm on a roller coaster some days. So I don't know if that applies to everybody, but I know it definitely applies to me. I suffer with anxiety and panic attacks, but coming to conclusions and constantly learning and reteaching myself, I realized that it's basically a mental game that we will have embedded within us. So now that you have to reteach yourself this stuff all over again, it's opening my mind to see it differently and not have such anxiety, realizing I can't control everything because I am a control freak. I like everything like this, just do it like that. If it's not that way, then it corrupts my mental a bit. Like, oh, and that's where the anxiety comes in. So that played a major part with my work, just daily activity, like, creative wise, I wasn't able to function because I'm too busy concerned with what was to come, knowing I had no control over that. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely have
Mhm.
risen a lot because I came from I'm from New York City, and we started
Hmm.
down at the bottom where we came from. So elevation is was only a must for me in all forms and fashion, like all forms of fashion, for real.
I definitely agree with that. Um, Thanks for the love for Lay.
Hey.
Okay, okay, got a superstar on the stage. What you talking about? But it is good. This is your first time joining us here at the Immersive Experience, of course. So this is Chris. This is Chris up there above here, there. That's Chris. He is the founder of the Akade Collection brand. It is a streetwear brand. And Lay, I don't know if she spoke about this, but she's the founder of the Write It Out Tribe, of course. And it's a safe place where people can come and write it out. They give different prompts, topics, different things about that, and they give you an outlet in a venue through writing. So if that is something that is more your speed, you can join that group, request to join that group on Facebook at the Write It Out Tribe. Correct, Lay?
Yeah, it's definitely correct. And pleasure meeting you, Chris. Much love.
Definitely a pleasure. Definitely a pleasure.
I
So
mean,
I will say that, oh, and Miss Amina said that, yes, she is a part of that tribe and it's therapeutic, baby. You feel me? So I am also a part of that tribe as well. They have month word, they have words of the month. We just did one for era. Whew, my mind's spinning right now, but I'm working I'm working. Please forgive me. I have
all
been
right.
time, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, yes, but you know what? And this is what we were just talking about even before you got on here. That it is also about the people that you keep around you when you do hit those dark times as well, because we do. Oh, she stated that the sound is breaking up. Could it just be with me? Give
Yeah,
me one more second.
the sound is breaking up.
Right.
Give me
I
a
can
moment.
hear Chris. I can't hear you, Jesse.
I can hear you
I'll leave
slightly.
and I'll be back. I'll come back. You guys hold it down for me. Thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you slightly, but yeah. Uh nah, I'm breaking up. Yeah, it must be the system, probably. But anyway, yeah, we definitely appreciate you hopping on because I don't think I was ever, I don't think I ever met you on one of these platforms, but it's definitely a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Same here. I mean, I'm not really a person that just likes to get on and do podcasts because, like I said, I have a bit of perfectionist to me, so I like to
Right.
to know my answers before, they're asked any questions asked me. So I'll be like real hesitant about it, but I'm trying to step out that box, you know.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of like my my girl. She was like, "Well, do you have any questions I already wrote out? And do you what's the topics?" And I'm like, "Hey, we just gonna freestyle it." So I'm trying to get in that space myself. You feel me? Yeah,
Definitely, definitely, because
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
definitely trying to get in that space myself. Yeah, she
but what
had
were
to
y'all
pull
talking
all the
about
way up
before I
out
got
there,
on?
huh?
What were y'all discussing before I got up in here? I was kind of late.
Accountability. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you. So she asked me the question, what does accountability look like to me? You know what I'm saying? I gave her my synopsis of what I thought it was. And so I'm sure somebody would like to hear what, what I'm saying, what you think accountability is.
I mean, well, when we take on the word accountability, it comes in so many different forms, like responsibility at most, right? Holding yourself,
Mhm.
um, holding yourself in a place where you can see your rights, your wrongs, or your indifferences, and still be able to carry forward without placing blame on anybody else.
Right.
So, for me, for instance, um, I won't say, well, I act this way because of my parents and my upbringing. No, I'll focus more on the reason why I am this way because of the things that I've learned because of the course of the years and how I developed it and wanted to carry myself forward in that manner. Because you do still know right
Right.
from left. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you do, you make those choices. So that's how I carry myself accountable for everything that I do. Where before I
And you
didn't.
know what? I used to blame everything on my parents. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the crack house. My mom was unfortunately addicted to crack. So I blamed that, and I blamed, what I'm saying, my dad not being around is the reason why I wind up in prison. You know what I'm saying? Because I chose to hang out with thugs and the gangsters, and I chose to, what I'm saying, do the things that I did. I blame that shit on my parents. You know what I'm saying? And I was comfortable with that life. You know what I'm saying? When you can look yourself in the mirror, not nobody else, but look yourself in the mirror and say, nah, I did that because I wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't had nothing to do with my mama. You know what I'm saying? My mama had her own evils and demons and whatever she had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? My daddy had his own, what I'm saying, who taught him how to be a daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right,
I
right.
can't, I can't be mad at that man because he didn't know how to be no daddy. Who taught him? You know what I'm saying? Because this being a parent ain't no, this shit ain't no fucking walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? We this is on the job. OJT. This is on the job training. You know what I'm saying? Our
I like
children teach
that.
us. You know what I'm saying? Our children teach us. Cause and then we
Right,
got different children, so they got different personalities. So it's each one of my I got 6 kids. Each one of my kids each teach me something different. You know what I'm saying? I just had twins 9 months ago. These are
congratulations.
my I have a 10-year old. That's my accountability baby. I can't call her and be like, I'm coming to see you and I don't pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
She she ain't going. You know what I'm saying? And my oldest daughters, this is my I changed my life. I finally got out the streets and I joined the Nation of Islam. So this is my Muslim baby. You know what I'm saying? Then
right.
my middle baby, my 16-year old, that's a reflection of me. That's when I was in the street. This my street baby. You know what I'm saying? So our children show us ourselves and our children teach us through them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
I
Man.
understand you completely on that.
All right.
Cause
You said you had 8 kids, right? So I'm sure you know. You know about your kids.
yeah,
They
definitely.
gonna definitely teach you. You know what I'm saying? So I can't blame your parents on. You can't blame the parents on for what they did not teach you or what they didn't know, because hell, who taught them?
Exactly, precisely. That. I'm glad we
And
felt
that's
on
why
that
that's
same
why I
thing.
couldn't that's why I couldn't get mad at them kids in Chicago who beat the lady up. You know what I'm saying? Who taught these kids this mess? You know what I'm saying? Who teaching these kids to act out in emotional ways? And who teaching them emotional intelligence? Ain't nobody teaching them emotional intelligence because the people that they are being raised by don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to conduct themselves as far as or how to regulate their emotions. They don't know. So you can't blame these babies for not knowing. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah.
She said parenting
Amina,
does play a part on inner
I'm so
wounds and areas and need to eventually look at them and heal them. Oh, hmm. I mean,
Things that we chose to do. Yeah. We like the thing that we chose to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why people I be seeing people get on the internet talking about, man, the dating pool is full of piss. No, it ain't. You just like piss. You just like piss. There's some good people out here. See, that's it's just how you think about it and how you looking at shit. I think that there's a lot of beautiful people out here. You just got to put yourself in the right environment. You keep putting yourself in the pool of piss because you like it. You like them. You like them people that you ain't supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Because they attractive. They fun. You know what I'm saying? They fun. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad at nobody. You got to get mad at you.
Well, I do agree with everything that you are saying, Amina. I do feel as if you can choose to be a player because your dad was never home. Even if you learn that being a player is bad, she says, my inner wounds may lead me to choose relationships that aren't deep so I can avoid pain. But this is not you being holding yourself accountable, is what I would tell you. This is not true accountability. Because if you can see what the catalyst is that's pushing you to act off of your wound, then you're not truly holding yourself accountable, because true accountability requires that you change what it is that you see. That we were just speaking on this earlier, that you could give yourself grace, and all of the grace that you give yourself in your unwillingness, now give yourself grace in you choosing to be something different. Because yes, you can choose to be a player because that is all that you saw, or that your parent was not home. But true accountability comes from the fact of understanding that responsibility. And I do believe that what you state, that it comes later, that sometimes in life it does
Mhm.
come later, but even the teachings of what can possibly come later, we don't apply it to later. The teaching comes early on. You hear the sayings all the time. You hear it now. When you finally get to a point where you are sick and tired, this is when we choose to apply that teaching that we've been hearing this entire time. So I
It's
so to
crazy you
everything
said
that
it
you
like that.
all, huh?
No, I'm saying it's crazy that you said it like that because we do get informational signs way back when. We just chose
Absolutely.
not to listen to it.
that's
Because
true.
Or
we
we
That's true.
chose to not listen to the vessel that it came through.
I,
Cause we ain't like the
yeah.
vessel. we ain't like the vessel, so nah, fuck that shit. Get that shit out of here. We
Yeah.
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the next bus. I'm gonna wait on the next bus to
Okay.
come. That might be 30 years from now.
But this there's this little proverb, I guess I'm saying. I don't really know what it is. But it's this lady and she's stranded in the ocean, and she's saying, God, send me something to save me. And so it's a little rowboat that come along, and she was like, oh no, it's okay. God's gonna send me a boat, it's gonna save me. And then
Mm-hmm.
another boat comes along. I think it's like I think it was like a maybe like one of those ship boats or something like that that hold all the carriages. What's those things? Cargo containers on them or whatever. And they're
Right.
like, "Oh, ma'am, do you need some help?" The lady was like, "No, God's gonna send me something to save me. He's gonna save me." And so the boat goes by, and then this big party cruise ship come by like, "Ma'am, do you need some help?" And she says the same thing, and the lady ends up dying. She gets to heaven, and she asks God, like, God, why you didn't save me? And that nigga was like, I sent you 3 boats. Like, you
Exactly.
took none of them. But that's the same thing with us, because, and this is what I was saying earlier, is like, don't be the homeless friend that gives rich advice. the ideal is that we are always the homeless friend giving rich advice. The fact that we state that we cannot better ourselves, but we always have the know-how to give other people information to better themselves in a time of hurt, and we could be going through it the most within ourselves, tell them to apply the knowledge that we know we need to apply. You understand what I'm saying? So all of this time where we state that, that's why we be depressed. It be the knowledge that you got battling against each other. You conflicted. I
Mm-hmm.
know that I should be saving this money, but YOLO, YOLO. People teach you how to throw your money away. People teach you how to be frivolous about things. And then when you hit depression, everybody who taught you how to be frivolous is not there to build you back up when you was done making your bad decisions. Oh no, now that's on you. YOLO.
YOLO.
Tag, you're it.
Mm-hmm.
Fix your shit. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? So I get it. I definitely get it. I do think that it does take time. It takes time to undo what has been done all of those years. We don't know the mechanisms that's working deep down inside us, and that does speak to exactly what Amina was saying. Like, we're not aware of those mechanisms. She says, "Do you believe that healing from past wounds experiences comes first, or realizing you need to own your shit is the only awakening needed to grow? Maybe accountability can be reached in multiple ways. I do believe that we have to be able to see what it is that we are allowing to run us, to move us, what mechanisms play a part in our own undoing, how we self-sabotage. So I believe that at any intersection you choose to take to get to accountability, it is going to involve owning your own shit, because that's what accountability is. You have to own it. So it doesn't matter what road you take, you still gonna meet this step. I do feel that way, but I definitely don't think that it has to come first, because healing is not linear. It just comes at different points in times. So it could
That's
take
definitely
somebody
the
20
step that
years to
people like to
get
jump
there.
over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
We definitely like to jump over that step. We want to blame everybody. We want to say the white man stopping me. Is this? But you ain't not one time said, "Hold on." So even though you put this out here for me, I actually like this. I like doing it like this. I like these type of people. We don't say that. We say, "Nah, you did it." You know what I'm saying? What they say in the Bible about Adam, God asking him, who told you that you were naked? It was that woman that you gave me, God. That woman did it.
I definitely.
It was that woman. So we getting that from this religious stuff, and they telling us it was that woman, and that's the first time we hearing, oh shit, I can pass the buck on my accountability. I ain't got to be accountable for my shit. I can say somebody else did it, but we being taught that though. We ain't being taught that. Hey, you did it. I told you not to go outside, but you went outside. Hey, I don't care if they told you to go outside, but what I tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like your mama told you, when you and your sister, your mama said don't go out the gate, and you went out the gate because your brother told you to go out the gate, but your mama whooped you because she told you not to go out the gate. Same thing. Same thing.
Bro,
Very true, very true.
Lay, do you have anything to say? I'd like to apologize to you guys first and foremost, because my phone is it's like on a time limit. After about 30 minutes of being on live, it start messing up real bad. Like, that's why the thing got choppy. I only was able to come back because I had to turn my phone off to turn it back on. I definitely got to get my phone fixed, but I'm really not too interested in like a lot of material things. But if we're gonna be doing podcasts, I better do what I gotta do.
It is good. Everything in time, in its right time, is on time all the time. So you'll get it.
Mm.
But
We hear
I mean, what was y'all just talking on? I had something I did want to say, but now I just erased from my mind because I'm always constantly thinking of something else. But I mean, I know I started once I started down the path of healing myself and owning up to my shit, like she said. That's when I was able to like begin the process of the inner wound healing and everything like that. Because at first I'm just like, well, look, I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything good. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but I'm doing everything good. But I wasn't really looking within on the reasons why I felt I was doing those things that I felt were good, where everybody else might have been looking at me like, you telling me all the positive things to do, but you're not doing them. You're not applying them. So how great can you be? You know what I'm saying? So that's when I had to take a step backwards and look at myself and realize I'm nobody to point fingers at anybody, because I'm still learning and reteaching myself and taking in what anybody can teach me. Like Chris said, our children teach us every day. So it's not even about age or anything or like that. You just learn constantly on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I like that. I like the way that y'all put that. I have enjoyed speaking with you all. Lay, this is an open invitation that whenever you want to hop on, talk to us, join us, you're more than welcome. We talk about a lot of different things. And Miss Amina, you're more than welcome to join as well. I put everybody on spot. I don't care. Come talk to us. Come talk to us. We love perception. We love hearing it from different points of view. So I like the way that you think. I like the way that you place your comments in the conversation. Like, thank you for joining us and talking with us through the comments. I appreciate you so much. You're always welcome to join. Hop on a panel with us. We talk about a lot of different things. Also, if you have some subjects that you like to hear us talk about, write them, give them to us. Write them out, you guys. Nah. So again, before we leave, I would like to let you guys know that you could definitely follow us on YouTube at the Immersive Experience, like and subscribe, and you can also follow us on Facebook at the Immersive Experience, a podcast. So, and then before we do get out of here, I will let Lay and Chris tell you where you can find them again, and if they do have anything that is new coming out or anything we should look forward to from them as well.
Like,
You caught me off guard. You can definitely find me on TikTok. Um, my name, geez, it's the unprofessional part. I believe it's Lady Loke, Loak, and you can find me on YouTube under Layy Knight, original artist, and the same thing on Facebook, Layy Knight, original artist.
for sure. So I'm gonna be a little bit. Let me see which one. Where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go this way. Cause I don't, I know people probably can't pronounce the name, so I'm just gonna put it right there, so you can find me right there. This is our Instagram, Akade underscore collection. Um, and right now I'm running a one of one campaign. Um, if you would like for me to make you something for the holidays, Christmas, you got to get in before 12:15 so that I can make sure I have it for you on Christmas. Once again, Desi, I definitely appreciate you. Lay, I definitely appreciate the energy. Man, definitely appreciate the feedback from the audience, from people with questions and comments. And it makes it more enjoyable when it's a give and take situation and you're not just talking and there's people actually engaging. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people really understand the engagement part makes it worth doing. You know what I'm saying? It makes it worth, you know what I'm saying? You take away from your family, taking time away from from what you could be doing, you know what I'm saying, to have people engaged. That's, you know what I'm saying, salute to y'all. So I definitely appreciate you, my sister. Yeah.
You guys are always so welcome. And as I stated, you're always more than welcome to let me know whenever you'd like to join another one. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the immersive experience, and you have an amazing night.